Birds, rats, birds, rats, birds, rats! Howdy, everyone. 2019's A Plague Tale Innocence is one of the most underrated games of the previous generation. It wasn't a premium AAA experience, but the solid gameplay loop and the phenomenal story and characters gave this title a lot of heart and soul, as cheesy as that sounds. During E3 2021, the sequel, A Plague Tale Requiem, was teased, and the hype was real for me. So it dropped on Game Pass day one. I decided to run it on my Xbox Series S, and to quote Reggie Fils-Aimé,
"My body is ready."
One big gripe I've been hearing going into Requiem is the game being locked to 30 frames per second on consoles. Here's my opinion on this. Frame rate over resolution and ray tracing. Every single time. And it is a disappointment that A Plague Tale Requiem does not give us this option. With both this and the abysmal looking Gotham Knights having their console versions locked at 30, I hope this does not become a trend for games in the future. But let me give an analogy. IMAX. Big ass screen, amazing speakers, great experience. The Batman was great in IMAX. Top Gun Maverick was great in IMAX. Actually, nah, I saw Top Gun in Dolby, but I'm sure it was badass in IMAX. Overall, IMAX is amazing. Like, if I could watch every movie and TV show in IMAX, I would. But then, the new season of Stranger Things drops. But here's the thing. You can't go into an IMAX theater and buy a ticket to see the last episode of Stranger Things. So, I'm stuck watching it on a TV. At home. That doesn't affect the quality of the show, though. But that's it. If the game happens to be amazing in every other department, i.e. the gameplay, the story, the graphics, the frame rate issues could somewhat be forgiven. Fortunately, that is the case for A Plague Tale Requiem. The moment I begin, I am hit with these beautiful looking graphics. Just like, look at these flowers. The main character, Amicia, and her little brother Hugo are outside playing, and I just really love the dialogue between them.
King Hugo patrols the ramparts of his great wall.
What can you see from up there?
My kingdom!
Is it prosperous?
It was, but then Lucas attacked.
Oh, yes, the infamous sorcerer.
They even make a new friend while exploring, and oh yeah, I remember how dark these games could get. We end up in an area we aren't supposed to be in. A group of people who look like they came out of Squid Game want to kill us, so we gotta escape through this convenient stealth tutorial. God damn it, we got QuickTime events. I thought these would be something that we left behind in the 7th generation, but no. Fortunately, the QuickTime events are not frequent at all. By the halfway point of the story, I forgot they were even a thing. Well, Hugo gets knocked out and has a dream about this island. While I'm here, I gotta take advantage of the photo mode. It's a graphically amazing game, so of course I gotta use it. Amicia and Hugo eventually wake up, saved by their mother, Beatrice, and their alchemist friend, Lucas. But these guys catch up, leading to more stealth with some murder sprinkled in. We arrive at the city of Provence because there are these group of alchemists that told us we could crash with them while they help cure Hugo's disease, the macula. What is the macula? The macula is this disease that for some reason only Hugo has. And what it mainly does is connect him with the rat plague. What rat plague? Oh, you're about to find out soon. In the meantime, I got to witness Amicia and Hugo just enjoying this fair.
You like it?
Yes, but it's not piggies, right?
One of the best parts of these games are the slower moments that involve just walking and talking due to how natural the dialogue and the characters all feel.
Why not change your hairstyle? Thank you, but I like it like this.
Oh, good for you. A woman's hair is her righteous crown.
Beautifully said.
Your hair is nice like that.
Well, that sounds like some good foreshadowing. So we gotta look for the leader of these alchemists, Magister Vauden. But to do that, I gotta sneak and stab my way through. And yes, A Plague Tale is one of those games where the guards will not notice your companions. At all. He's right there, dumbass! After going through some bodies, I get to see this amazing view. We discover that the rat plague has spread to the city. For anyone who hasn't played Innocence, a huge chunk of that game, as well as this one, involve rats. There are portions where we gotta navigate from point A to point B without getting eaten alive. And there are many tools and strategies that can be used throughout the campaign. There are various forms of alchemy and ways to manipulate fire, which can keep these critters away. And things get a bit more hectic when I gotta get through these guards in the middle of an area full of rats. You think they'd say, "F them kids, these rats are the main problem"? But no, they still want my head on a platter. After finding Magister Valdin, we gotta find this flower called the Nightshade to help out with Hugo's disease flaring up, which means I gotta get through more rats. Fortunately, I can now use Saltpetra to make extinguish. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, these ingredients sound French as f, so I cannot pronounce most of them. Oh yeah, and there are still soldiers after me, but f them. Y'all are getting teabagged. Along the way, I run into a workbench where I can get various upgrades and see how my skills level up. It takes a page from Skyrim's book in which I level up depending on how I play. The less guards I kill, I gain more stealth related skills. If I decide to be a savage and murder everyone, which I did through most of the story, I earn more combat based upgrades. As I go through this chapter, it seems that Amicia is, well, not okay. And after Lucas almost gets murdered, she goes off.
How'd you like that, huh? When someone fights back!
There are too many. They'll keep coming if we don't go.
Ah! Go if you want! This is my ground now! This is where they die!
Charlotte McBurney, who voices Amicia, does an amazing job, and this scene is a perfect example of this. Just don't pull a Helena Taylor and you'll be good. Well, Amicia being a savage leads to her and Lucas getting caught and being locked up. Fortunately, Lucas has this stupefaccio powder, which can knock enemies out. Any companions that are with you during certain chapters can assist with their own special ability. Lucas's just happens to be smoke bombs. So we escape and move on to the next chapter. We meet up with Valdin, who reveals that his plan to cure the macula is to keep Hugo isolated from his family and experiment on him. For some reason, Beatrice is cool with it, and Lucas knew it was going to happen the whole time. Amicia is pissed, but the priority right now is to get on a boat out of this city away from the rats. Unfortunately, the guards have everyone on lockdown. So another tiny subtle thing that is introduced in the sequel is how your companions will react to how you play. In the beginning of this chapter, Amicia agrees to not murder anyone, and if that happens, I get an achievement, but it also subtly affects the dialogue. While getting to the boat, I have access to tar, which can help me spread fire around. And we also run into this guard who actually seems to have common sense and seems more concerned about not getting eaten by these rats.
Oh, come on.
Let us go. We did our part.
The law is the law.
Actually, never mind, he still wants me dead. Take some tar to the head, you bastard. We managed to get our boat captain to wait for us. All we gotta do is grab Beatrice and Hugo. Another thing I gotta say is that these chase sequences are one of the visual standouts of this game. They are really fast paced, and the amount of rats on screen at once is just impressive. It's like Uncharted on crack. Asshole alchemist guy gets killed off. Only thing left to do is to get out of here. It's pretty dark and heartbreaking seeing this place look so lively at the start, just for it to be in flames and full of dead bodies. While trying to sail away, we gotta deal with some more rats. Fortunately, Lucas hooks me up with Pyrite, which can temporarily ward them off if I hit a button at the right time. But after dealing with them, I gotta fight off more guards. Oh, and the boat captain dies. Rest in peace, boatman. I'ma be real, I don't even remember your name. But hey, I got his crossbow. It can kill just about any enemy in one hit. Though the catch is that arrows are rare to come by throughout most of the game, so it never reaches the point where it becomes a third-person shooter. Amicia then comes face to face with one of the knights, Arnaud. He's kicking her ass, then suddenly, Hugo comes in and rescues her with, well, this. Amicia uses this opportunity to get away from Beatrice and Lucas to find this island that Hugo's been having dreams of. We get another calm breather moment that is accompanied by this beautifully designed environment. But this is short-lived because these guards are still after us. But then I unlocked another new feature. With Hugo carrying the macula, he has a connection with the rats. So if these rats are around, he can sense where enemies are and even control the rats to instantly eliminate them. This is one of the best ways to kill, and to an extent, it is pretty overpowered. The setback is that, of course, these rats can't be near fire. Plus, if you spend too much time using Hugo's powers, he'll become stressed out, leading to, well, to be honest, I never found out because I never reached that point. It'd probably lead to a game over screen, to be honest. After some more running, Amicia gets knocked out and gets saved by Arnaud? Yeah, he tried to kill me like an hour ago, but it turns out he wants to help us because, come on, I'm sure everybody wants to be on the same side as the kid who can control rats. Though Amicia still thinks he's sus, and well, I don't blame her. He fucked up her head real badly. But he knows someone with a ship, so time to team up, I guess?
Team up, 'cause it's not too late. We could save the day if we collaborate.
So we spend a bit of time making our way through the rats and doing some family-friendly bonding. He takes us to Sophia, a smuggler who has a ship that can take Amicia and Hugo to that island. She agrees, we just gotta make our way to the docks. On the way, I learned that Arnaud has a companion ability of his own. And what is that ability? He's got a big ass sword! When we get close to the boat, Amicia saves Sophia's life by going all stabby stabby on this dude. So we set sail and make our way to the island Hugo's been dreaming of. After this quick boat ride, we reach Lacuna. Everyone here seems to worship this deity called the Child of Embers. I walk around the place and damn, it looks beautiful. The colors are just so vibrant. So yeah, I turned on photo mode again. We found out Arnaud teamed up with us so he could get Hugo to kill who seems to be the chief of this island, Count Victor. After running from guards and dodging a bird, we convinced Victor that we are harmless. But this man Arnaud needs to be locked up though. Victor and his wife Emily lets us stay at their big palace castle place, and the next morning, Amicia, Hugo, and Sophia get to roam around this island for a bit, and I take my sweet time exploring. This chapter of the game is kind of a semi-open world where I can run around, meet the locals, and steal shit from treasure chests. When I'm ready to move on, I go running up this hill, and along the way, I run into the goat. He doesn't scream at all. He's a good goat. Don't be like the goats from Thor: Love and Thunder. That movie. So our new objective is to snoop around Lacuna and find out what drew Hugo to this island. That means more stealth. Fortunately, while Sophia is with me, she can use her light reflector prism thingy to distract guards. Soon we get some disguises and wander around this secret ritual, where we discover that Victor and Emily are weirdos who worship the Child of Embers. We get away from them and explore this underground cave, and we find out a few things. First, Amicia has the Force. And second, it turns out that this Child of Embers is actually a previous macula carrier named Basilius. Our next task is to find the chapel where Aelia, Basilius's protector, was being imprisoned, and maybe find some more clues. And this means more walking and talking on the way, which I don't mind at all because, once again, I gotta say, I love the dialogue in this game, and I love photo mode. I can't say that enough. But now, we gotta sneak around slavers.
Damn. What? Never seen you do that. I don't like it. But I always end up having to do it.
All you saw was me killing a guy with a rock. Watch me set people on fire. Yes, burn you assholes. Oh yeah, and at this point, Hugo learns what slavery is, and he does not take the concept of slavery very well. Yeah, bastards, you can all die too. I completely forgot that Sophia did not know about this kid being able to control rats, but despite hiding that secret from her, she still got our backs. Good Sophia. Good. On top of that, she can use her prism thingy as a light source when the rats come out. Eventually, we discover the exact location where Basilius was imprisoned, and on the way out, we find that the slavers actually worship the Child of Embers too. But Amicia is all like, not my brother, you b****. After fighting off waves of enemies, Hugo decides to end it all and kill them off with the rats. Things are looking more bleak and depressing. Rats are swarming the island. We gotta at least find something that could cure the macula. So we start heading to this tomb. I see another group of people that could use our help, and, well, we go deeper and deeper into this tomb, featuring these really conveniently placed explosive barrels. Boom! I also think that this chapter gives me the opportunity to bring up this little nitpick I have with the game. The puzzles are pretty tedious. They're never really all that frustrating, they just drag on and slow the pacing of the game. Like, I don't know about anyone else, but spending 5 minutes pushing carts and pulling levers is not fun. It just feels like an unnecessary way to pad out the story. But still, this cave is pretty to look at. I just love the graphics of this game. At one point, Amicia gets separated from the group for a bit, but when she and Hugo reunite, this happens.
You're here. Hey. You're here.
It's alright. It's alright. Let it go.
Okay, this is so damn wholesome. We find the exact spot where Basilius was imprisoned, and damn, they really chained this kid up and kept him away from his protector. I don't blame him for going batshit insane and starting a plague, so now we gotta make sure Hugo does not suffer the same fate. But not before running away from more rats. We're heading out of this damn island, but we get stopped by this guard. He tells us Beatrice and Lucas are here. It's time for a reunion. We catch up with them, tell them everything we found out, and soon enough, I'm called to see Victor. After some more walking, I meet up with him and bruh, yo, this man and his hairline. Oh wait, he has no hairline. This sounds like the perfect time to talk about that company that sponsors every YouTube video. You know, the one that tells you they can prevent baldness. If anyone works for them, hit me up. I think we could work out a deal. So he ruined Amicia's shoulder, and now he's chasing me like he's the tyrant from Resident Evil 2. This might be one of the best sequences of the game. I reach this arena and see some Midsummer type shit. I gotta fight the bald man, but my shoulder is broken, so it doesn't end well. On top of that, Beatrice is dead. It cuts to Hugo waking up. He walks into the creepy Midsummer ritual. He sees his mother dead and his sister on the ground with her shoulder and her hair messed up. So of course the rats come out. And here's the thing. Amicia is encouraging him. And damn it, I would too. And it is satisfying to see creepy cult Karen get killed off. Next thing we gotta do is get the hell away from this island. Not only are the rats and guards in the way, but we have these disgusting egg pod looking things that explode with more of these creatures when I get too close. Fortunately, I can use them to my advantage too. On the way to the boat, we find Arnaud about to be executed, and yeah, why not rescue him? After a big wave of enemies, we break them out and get the hell off this island. There's some downtime on the boat, but it doesn't last long as Victor and his men catch up. We try to fight them off, but then Amicia is about to end up like that guard from Skyrim. Hugo's been going through so much the past few days, so he's not having it. Though Arnaud is able to get everyone off the ship, including Amicia, keeping her alive, we still have one last ditch effort to fight Victor. And by fight, what I really mean is have Arnaud do it while I back him up. Which makes sense, he's the one with the big ass sword. And also the one with more personal beef with the bald man. They both get killed off, but there is one more thing we need to do. Hugo has completely given in to the macula, so now I gotta stop him. Along the way, I get a flamethrower. And I'm not gonna lie, this thing is really fun to use. Sophia gets injured, so we gotta move on without her. What follows is this graphically impressive and intense sequence in which I have to run and dodge these waves of rats. We're getting closer and closer to Hugo. Amicia starts tripping. I'm seeing more bird statues that I need to run away from, and now I'm fighting these things. Turns out I'm supposed to extinguish the fire and give up on purpose. This is nearly identical to the ending of Hellblade, except it's even more sad and depressing. How so? I reunite with Hugo briefly, and he tells me in order to stop the plague for good, I actually gotta kill him. The ending of this game is the embodiment of this meme template. I had to stand there for a bit, take things in, and, well, time to do it. And damn, they just went straight to the credits. Well, I skipped the credits, and it turns out there's one more chapter, and it involves some walking. Turns out Amicia is about to set off to help out the next macula carrier whenever they're born. And the game ends with her visiting Hugo's grave one last time before heading out to the potential third game. But wait, there's more. So there is a post-credit scene at the very end where a baby who clearly has the macula is born. But judging by the sound effects in the background, it seems like the third game may take place in modern day. Yeah, I'm wondering what direction this franchise is gonna head. So A Plague Tale Requiem. The gameplay is similar to the first one, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. With that said, there are some minor changes to the stealth and combat. It's much longer than the first, clocking in at 18 hours. Plus, Requiem brings back the amazing writing of Innocence. Amicia and Hugo are two characters that just bring a ton of humanity to these games. The dialogue feels so natural and emotionally raw. A lot of this is thanks to the very talented voice acting. If you haven't played these two games and you're looking for a single player adventure that I would say is nearly on par with God of War and The Last of Us, do not sleep on A Plague Tale. Honestly, this is my favorite game of the year. It's gonna be pretty tough to beat this. Yo, where's that music coming from?